Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ramesh Singh in front of you from Delhi. Welcome to the session on the right strategy or the correct strategy for UPSC Main 2022, particularly for General Studies Economy segment. As you know, in this 1 hour session, I would like to share with you the right strategy which you should follow while preparing for General Studies Economy segment for this year's main exam. Back to back to today's session of 1 hour on the topic. After half an hour, for 1 hour, you can join me on Unacademy for a special class in which I will outline and discuss the hit areas for men's in economy for 2022. So, in between today's YouTube session and today's special class, that is, you might be doing free for all, you have half an hour gap. You can consider that a break. So I plan today's YouTube session on main examination and today's hit areas for GS economy for main exam for 2022 back to back, so that those who can join me here, they can join me there also. Clear? So what sort of things we are going to discuss today? Before I come to the point, let's have a view of the highlights, what it is on an academy. Correct strategy for men. This is our topic of discussion today. Okay, you can join me on community and Telegram channel. You can see on left hand, it is a group which you can join to ask your doubts directly to me. Welcome Sivraj and Ramkumar. On right hand, you can see the channel is there which you can join to keep updated with the activities which is happening in area of GS economy on an academy. Clear? What is not clear? Sivraj, what is not clear? Am I not audible clearly? Do you mean video or audio? Sivraj, you wrote not clear. Voice is not clear. There might be some issue with server, maybe. Is it now clear? I think Shivraj, you need refreshing on your side. On my side, things are okay. Is it clear now? Are you able to hear me clearly? So, this Telegram channel and Telegram group you can join. This is community of Unacademy. I have highlighted there. Okay, a men's mentorship program for 2022 is already launched. You are welcome to join that. It is iconic bonanza. You can see the special features of it. Yes, Shivraj. Now I think it's clear, na? Good. It takes some time to get things established. Don't worry. Gamified live scholarship test. 50 questions, 60 minutes. This is Unacademy compared. It is going to take place tomorrow, 11 a.m. Now, welcome to our topic. So, here, all of the people who have joined this session, they are free to ask their doubts. You can write down your doubts in the live chat itself. I am having an eye on the chat. So if you think to ask some questions or if you have some doubt, you can ask that. I would like to simplify the doubt for you. Clear? How many of you are writing mains this year? Is anyone who has cleared PT this year? Shivraj, Ramkumar, one of you has given his and her name as Dream and Saubhagya Mahanti. Anyone writing main exam this year of UPSC or for that matter of any state public service commission? If such people want any particular thing related to the examinations, they are free to ask their doubts. Clear? Now come to our discussion. Okay? The right strategy, the correct strategy. Okay? The strategy, the strategy which you should follow, which you should follow to prepare GS economy for UPSC CSE Main 2022. What sort of a strategy one should follow? To know about the strategy, okay, no issue. Actually, you might be knowing we don't prepare for main after clearing PT. The right strategy is your preparation for PT, main, and interview. All of three begin simultaneously. It means कि only those can focus only main exam who have prepared in integrated manner. Because the reality is that the things you prepare for PT exam, they are useful at main level also. And whatever you have prepared for PT and main, all of them are useful at the level of interview also. That's why I advise IAS aspirants and civil services aspirants in general, when you begin your preparation for this examination, your approach should be integrated. Getting me? The first thing is that what sort of approach we should follow. Your approach, your approach should be should be integrated. What I mean by this, I mean कि one input, one input of labor with four outputs, with four outputs. What those four outputs are? First is undoubtedly PT. Second is basically main. In main, I create a subcategory that is third, essay. And finally, the fourth output is your preparation for interview. Try to know this fact. What exactly I mean by this? I mean, when you are starting your preparation, what should be your approach? You should, whatever you do, the input of labor should give four outputs. With one labor, four jobs done. Everything and anything which you are preparing, first thing is what sort of questions might be asked on it in PT. What possible questions might be there in main? Is it possible that on this topic a full-fledged essay is asked, and how this information will be used in interview? This is what I call as integrated approach to civil service preparation. What normally aspirants do is they start preparing for this exam in segmented manner, in non-integrated manner. They follow part approach. And like when they are preparing for PT, they are exclusively focused on PT. Of what problems such candidates face. Suppose they clear PT, it is almost impossible for them to clear main exam because they did not include main. They were totally committed to one cause, that is prelim exam. This is not the right strategy. Okay? Is such people when they clear PT, they have got no clue to how to write down main exam. Okay? And when we say main, I mean basically GS plus optional. I have segmented out essay separately because it is separated. Rather, second and third is all about main exam. Here, our session is concerned on only economy for 2022 mains. Okay. Up for any particular year, there is no specific strategy. Just what differs. Whatever we are going to discuss today, that will be universally useful for any man of any year in future. Okay. To the extent main exam of 2002 is concerned, I will outline the hit areas today itself from 1 to 2 p.m. in a special class on Unacademy, which you can join. You just visit, download Unacademy app, log in, and search my name Ramesh Singh. You will get total profile when which of my classes are going to take place. So today, here I will discuss about the right strategy. And in a special class today, 1 p.m. onwards for on 1 hour, I will discuss the things related to hit areas in GS economy for this year's main exam conducted by Union Public Service Commission. Clear? Let's begin basically our session. The first thing which you should all know is what is expected from you. What is expected from you to prepare for main exam. Okay? I will share with you three things here. The first is basically one must have adequate adequate amount of information. That is what I mean by it. I mean knowledge base. Your knowledge base should be adequate. I will explain this later on. Okay? Yes, Sivraj. In app, you need to download Unacademy app, log in there, it is free login, and then search the profile of Ramesh Singh. You will get all the list of my special classes which have been conducted in past and upcoming special classes. There you click on upcoming special class of 25 June, 25th June, 1 p.m. You are there. You can join me there at 1 p.m. This is first requirement from you. You must have adequate amount of knowledge base. A second requirement is basically conceptual, conceptual clarity of the info. Whatever knowledge you have, whatever knowledge you have, you should have conceptual clarity about them. If you are confused about the conceptual aspect of the knowledge which you have got, it will create difficulty for you in the main exam. The third is basically, the third is ability, ability to apply, apply the info. Info means it is short for information. The info you have in subjective style. It means that whatever knowledge you have, you should have ability to apply in subjective style. This is basically nothing but answer writing. Clear? These are three coordinates of preparation. So for main exam, one needs to have adequate knowledge base, neither less nor more. How to develop that? I will let you know, don't worry. Then, whatever knowledge you have acquired, whatever knowledge you have acquired from great many sources, all concepts which come there, you should have clarity about them. so that you are able to use them, you are able to apply them. And the last requirement, which is expected from you and to fetch good marks in main exam, is your ability to apply the knowledge you have in subjective style. It means कि answer writing skills. You must be having proper degree of answer writing skills. Clear? Now, coming to one by one, discussing them one by one, what they actually stand for. Okay? Any doubt here? Are you able to understand all these 3 points which I shared with you, A, B, C, separately and in interconnected manner? I hope. First is your knowledge base should be adequate. Second is whatever knowledge base you have got, you should be conceptually clear about them. Third and the last is you should be able to write answers. You should be able to apply the knowledge which you have acquired. Subjective answers require application of the knowledge you have. It is a tough task and you are not supposed to write anything and everything. Rather, equipped with all suitable skills of answer writing. You can call that. This you get expert in this by practice. You need to keep answer writing practice going on. Only then one can basically be able to write a good answer. I give you more clarity about these 3 points ABC separately. Okay? Separately, I will discuss about answer writing skills also. Clear? But first, what is expected from you? I hope things are clear here. Now let us move to adequate amount of info. A. How you will have adequate amount of knowledge, that depends on, it depends on the books and references you consult. The books and references you consult, they decide how relevant and how adequate your accumulation of knowledge has been. Clear? I give you list of the items which you should refer. The first is basically economic survey, economic survey of 2021-2022. Second information which you should refer, that is Union Budget 2022-2023. A third reference you must use, that is India. That is India 2022. Here I mean India, published by Publication Division, Government of India, no other India. Of these three references must be referred by you all. Without this, your preparation will be misdirected. Okay? Up now assimilate the knowledge from Yojana and Kurukshetra. Again, published by Publication Division, Government of India. And fifth, all notes which you have prepared. What you find, one help book might be referred by you, should be referred also. It gives you clarity about the thing. For that matter, which help book one should refer, that depends on you. Pick the book which seems easier for you. Pick the book which is relevant. Unacademy also provides booklets on economy. I have also authored a book you might be knowing, which is published by McGraw Hill. That book is available as the title Indian Economy in English, Bharatiya Arthvyavastha in Hindi, and similarly the book is available in Marathi language also. If you find that this book is useful for you, you can refer that. But I can't force you to read any particular book. I don't force a student to even read my book. Okay? So that depends on you. You pick the book which looks relevant to you, which you are able to understand, which looks easier to you. Okay? So this thing I leave on you. Now it is believed. What is the logic of these informations? All notes which you have prepared, this might be from newspaper, this might be from Niti Ayog document, it might be from Press Information Bureau website, it can be from any source. But be careful. One precaution I give here. Okay? A precaution is that the precaution your sources, your sources of info should be official. It means Government of India precisely stated. Why? Yes, Sivraj, in my book also, whatever I find relevant for this year's PT and main, I cover them. Not only that, if I think the chances are that a full-length essay is asked on some topic, I cover them too in my book as well as in a separate chapter, burning socio-economic issues. You might have come across. There is a chapter in my book titled as Burning Socio-Economic Issues. So you can find quite relevant topics and subtopics on which several years full-length essays have been also asked. Clear? Because essays are asked on socio-economic issues also. They have been also included by me in the book. So the sources and books I advise you, The conclusion is that you should be using official sources. Clear? It means key media, newspaper, or any other magazine can be helpful provided they are discussing official things. Clear? That's why I generally advise students when you are reading newspaper, don't go for views given by newspapers. Rather, you should be reading only news and events because the opinions which newspapers give they might not be against the official opinion. That is hazardous. But what happens? Normally, IAS aspirants commit this mistake if they, rather than focusing upon news, they start focusing on views. This is mistake. Never do that. Never go in the trap. I gave you list of books and references in A part. Coming to B part, B, that is conceptual clarity. Conceptual clarity of your info, that is knowledge. What exactly it means basically? Okay, all the concepts, all the concepts, terms, terminologies, which come inside, come inside your knowledge base must be clear to you so that you can apply them. Clear? Of suppose, for example, in India, you will find every other day some write-up appearing in media, magazine on reservation policy, which is followed by government of India and states. Experts keep giving their opinion. If this is wrong in policy, this is right in policy, this should be changed, this should be revised, this should be restructured and modified. Okay? Some people go to this extent also. The reservation policy which is followed by governments of our country, primarily based on caste identity, it should be switching over to economic criteria. And a caste should not be criteria for reservation policy, rather than it should be economic position and situation of the beneficiaries of reservation policy. This is totally misaligned. This is wrong view. Why? Because such people who are suggesting such advices to government of India, they are lacking conceptual clarity why reservation was put in place by government of India. Actually, reservation policy was launched by government of India to induce social reform. It was not aimed at economic reform. So giving jobs or admissions in academic institutions on priority basis is aimed at change in social status. It is not aimed at enhancing economic status of the beneficiaries. People forget that. By giving some people jobs, reservation policy, by giving some people jobs, on priority by giving them admissions in engineering colleges or medical colleges. Aim is improving. Aim is improving social status of the category, not their economic status. How many of you knew this thing? Just tell me clearly. In books, terminologies are difficult. Can we write in our language? Naturally, Suraj, you can. Because I am saying you the concepts, terms, terminologies which you can apply. Application is not possible till you understand things. Just memorizing definition won't help you. You need to understand. Once you have been able to understand things, you will be easily able to apply them. Clear? It means कि as about reservation policy, you find several people having confused ideas. They feel the reservation policy is put in place to achieve economic aims. No, 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 no. This is aimed at social aims. And the social aim is improving the social status of the beneficiaries. This is what I mean by conceptual theory. Having only knowledge, lacking clarity of the concepts, prevents you from using the concept and terms and terminology. In that case, what you will do, you will write a confused answer, which may not be sufficient for the examiner and invisible. Clear? The examiners expect to the point answers. Examiners expect the concepts you are using, whether you understand them or not. This is very specific information, which normally IS aspirants and civil services aspirants bypass. Clear? But be careful about that. Clear? Now coming to the third aspect. Third aspect is ability to apply the info you have in subjective answer writing. C and the last. Ability to apply your knowledge in answers. You write. Emphasis is on apply and answers you write. See, in 2010, a change came into being in UPSC examination pattern that was informed by DOPT Minister to the Parliament. The change was that earlier our main exam and PT exam was based on based on rote learning. This is not me. This is what government and UPSC is saying. Based on rote learning. What is rote learning? It is nothing but cramming. You might have heard. In Hindi, it is known as ratana. I hope some of you understand Hindi also and they can read Hindi letters also. Government of India informed Parliament if this method is not so good. So we need to switch from this method to application based learning. Application based learning. This is the current basis of your examination, be it PT or be it main. Clear? What happens basically? In past, you were supposed you were supposed to write answers in main exam. In new system, you are supposed to create answers. Clear? See the difference between creating answers and writing answer. When you are writing answer, you can use cramming. आपने रटा हुआ है उसको सीधे यूज कर दिया. But here cramming will not help. What will help you? To create answers, you need to understand. You need to understand the inside of info. Only then you can apply. Not depth of knowledge. Actually, what happens, Yuvraj, is general studies is not made for specialized people, specialists. It is for generalists, just working idea, because it becomes difficult. For understanding things, one must have deep knowledge. No, you should have basically working idea of economics, how economics operate, what inflation is, how inflation is targeted by Reserve Bank of India in the country. What is the basis of these things? Clear? For example, just see how thermometer is manufactured. The mercury-based thermometers which we use to measure our body temperatures, human body temperature, how they are manufactured, how they are made. You can cram that, and suppose a question is asked on this, you can write down. But without knowing the method of manufacturing thermometer, we all know how to use thermometer. This is working idea. Okay? Don't go deeper inside manufacturing process of thermometer. Which liquid is used? It is mercury. Why? That is enough. And finally, you should be able to use thermometer. This is application. Did you understand? This is what you mean by application based knowledge. Application based knowledge can be simplified in other way. The knowledge which you can apply, you can use. It is only possible if you have understood your knowledge. Without developing understanding, you will never be able to apply your knowledge. That's why it is rightly said our university produce knowledgeable students. But how many of them are able to apply and use the knowledge which they have been imparted by their universities? Very few. That's why you know India is home to largest number of PhDs and economics, and India is home to largest number of poor population also. How a country with largest number of economics can be poor? It means that our economics, most of them only know economics. they don't understand them. Did you understand? Just try to know. The economics about whom you are talking, they know economics too much, but they don't understand understand economics. That's why even highly learned person in economics, you will see searching job, not able to start his own business. What is wrong with him? Because he has just read economics. He knows economics, but he has not been able to understand economics. Had he been able to understand economics, he would have launched a startup. This is the problem with our university graduates. Clear? And in my lifetime, I am taking class on GS economy for the last over 25 years. Precisely speaking, around 28 years. In this period of time, I have taught not only graduates in economics, postgraduates in economics from great many universities, but I have taught permanent lecturers of economics also in my class. But why they join my course? To learn what actually economics means. They have acquired doctorates in the subject. But even then, they are not able to understand economics. The knowledge they have, they lack its understanding. Clear? Did you understand what I mean to say? Now come to basically the last thing for which I am giving a special title. Answer. Right. For answer writing, actually, the first thing you need to know, that is basically, it's the first thing which you need to know, that is write skills of it, how answers are written. The second thing you need to know, that is practice of writing. These two things are integral part of good answers. If you have got the skills and if you have practiced enough answer writing, only then you can create answers. Clear? What are the solutions basically? Solutions. Solution. Solution is like this. A. Write answers. Answers every day. B. Get them evaluated. Evaluated by an expert. C. Including including the feedback. Including the feedback given by expert. Write the next round of answers. This is three-layer strategy to improve your answer writing. Now the question is that one question usually aspirant ask me is, suppose you are not having an expert who can evaluate your answer. Okay, I give you advice. even if even if nobody is evaluating your answers, go on writing answers regularly. It will automatically it will automatically help you improve your writing. This is my suggestion to all of you. If you have got an expert, you will learn very fast. Till you are searching for an expert who can evaluate your answers and give you the right feedback, carry forward writing answers. Because by writing, you automatically are able to improve your writing skills. Is it clear to you? It means the practice of writing is such a good thing. You will improve by just writing, but you improve with faster pace. You improve in more better way once someone is there who can evaluate your answers and give you right feedback, upon which you can improve your answer writing skills. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you how answer writing improves? Because what happens to most of us have not learned answer writing in focused way. Whatever answer we did write at the school level, whatever answers we did write at university level, they were of different ball game. What happens for UPSC exam? The writing style of universities generally don't pay. They generally don't pay. The reason is that we we have never been taught how to write a good answer at universities. Our universities don't try to teach us how answers should be written. Clear? And the answers we wrote in our examinations at university level, the answers we wrote in our examinations at university level, our answer writing was of different kind. In this examination, you are given a word limit. You are given a topic on which you have to write. Theoretically, you have to evaluate. You have to write short notes. You have to illustrate with suitable examples. So these things are basically a kind of art. You have got knowledge in 2000 words and you are supposed to create an answer in just 200 words or 250 words. It is just not possible if you have only knowledge. Together with knowledge of the subject matter, you are supposed to have writing practice also. How an answer will begin, how this answer will end. What is central idea of this question? Which things I should include in my answer? Which things I should not include in my answer? what should be my style and language, whether I should follow point based answer writing or non point based answer writing. What is significance of giving maps, diagrams, flow charts, whether you should give them or avoid them. If you should give, how to introduce them and where, in which style. These things are basically connected to skills of answer writing. Skills. This is connected to practice of writing. A skill you learn under the guidance of an expert. An expert can guide you in a skill of answer writing. I also run answer writing courses on an academy platform which you may join to learn how answer is actually written. Clear? If any one of you have got some doubts or some questions, you are welcome to ask them. I am here to reply your questions. Anybody having any doubt, he or she is welcome with his and her doubts. Clear? The more you write, better you are able to write. Okay? More you write, better you write. Even in absence of an expert's also. This is to the extent today's session is concerned. Anyone having any doubt, probably I have been able to clear all of your doubts. Okay? Suppose you have some doubt in future, so it is easy to connect with me. You just join the Telegram group. Link has already been shared, but I am again sharing the link. Telegram group link is t dot me s rs dot com. Alternatively, you can use my email ID also, but I will prefer you write your doubts on this Telegram group. This Telegram group has been especially created by me. I am the sole admin of this group to keep myself connected to my students, X and correct. And I wanted to provide my student a direct channel through which they can keep in my touch. Okay, so this is all for today's session. Let's meet in our next session in July. I keep informing my students through this Telegram group about my upcoming special classes and YouTube sessions. Clear? So, and you know कि neither special classes are charged for nor YouTube sessions are charged for. These sessions are free for all, and you should not miss this opportunity to hear good experts because an academy has collated very good experts for civil services examination on its platform at one place. And great many lectures are offered by an academy to learners and students and aspirants without any charge. There are two such sessions, YouTube sessions and a special class, which anyone can join and take benefit out of them. So, with these words, I say you goodbye and waiting to see you in our next session. Thank you and good luck.